Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Today, guys, is about staying leaner, getting leaner. It's about smart weight loss. I already shared with you that for a while we'll be focusing mostly on smarter weight loss. Why is it smarter? Because it's not about being on some diet or following some macronutrient split or counting calories or exercising like crazy. It's not about that. It's not about building your whole life around your weight loss or weight maintenance. That's not working for most people. Never worked for me, nor worked for my clients, never works for anyone. That's why most of the people lose weight, but they also regain it. Like most people, seriously, people lose weight all the time, but then more than 90% of those people, they regain it. And why does it happen? One major reason is that people build their life around their weight loss journey. And it takes too much time, too much effort, too much thinking, too much decision making, and it's not sustainable. Instead, smart weight loss is about learning how to fit in a weight loss into a lifestyle that is easy to maintain for you, that does not require a lot of energy, that does not require a lot of decision making, that does not require a lot of willpower. And that's the key to success. And that's what I teach as a coach, and that's what I practice myself. That's why whenever I choose to be in certain weight or body fat percentage, I get there and I stay there, because I just do a little tweak here, a little tweak there, and over time, that leads to the exact result that I want. And it's easy for me to maintain that because I just tweaked a few things in my lifestyle and eating habits, and that's working without me thinking about that too much. Like, for example, one of the tweaks I might do, stopping adding fats and oils in a package or a bottle. Like, for example, even coconut oil, even olive oil, even real butter. Instead, I eat whole fatty foods. Those are easier to track. They promote more satiety because of all the fiber and all the chewing involved. And it's much easier to track those calories and not overeat those calories. Plus, when, for example, you get your fats from nuts, like let's say almonds, you get about 30% less calories that are lost during digestive process. At the same time, it keeps you more satiated because your body has to spend more time digesting that. So that's one of the tweaks I do, and it's really easy to maintain. It doesn't require a lot of anything, really. It's just a small change that I can totally maintain for life. And you get like 5 or 10 of those changes, and you're golden. You can lose weight and maintain it right there where you need it. So that's one of the tools I use as a part of smart weight loss. But for every person I work with, it's a little bit different because we're all unique. We have different lifestyles, different life situations. So of course it's going to be different. Sometimes a lot different, sometimes a little bit different. But that's, my secret, the secret of my coaching, especially weight loss coaching. I just find those small things that specific person can change that will seem like no work at all, but over time, with consistency, it will produce a lot of result. Today, guys, smart weight loss. Today, specifically, I share with you my personal routine around food shopping, because believe it or not, guys, but a lot of weight loss success happens while you shop. I'm specifically talking about food shopping, or as a result of our food shopping habits. And I'll explain a little bit more while explaining all the points, all the routines of my shopping routine. So how do I shop for weight loss and ideal body weight maintenance? First, It's not in any particular order. Those are just things that I do. I always have a list. I always have a goal, right? What is it I'm doing at this point in my life? Am I losing? Am I maintaining? I don't lose these days much because I'm like in my ideal weight, and unless I have to get extra lean for a photo shoot or video shoot, I'm not really on any weight loss program. But whenever, I create my shopping list, I always have a plan in mind. I usually do my shopping on the weekends, in the morning while there is almost no one, so I'm not getting distracted or frustrated because of the lines or something like that. That's also important. You want to be focused and distraction free, ideally, while shopping. If you can do that, and most people can organize that and schedule that, that's going to be a win already. So I always have a list based on my goals. I put there foods categories that I need to shop for, specific foods very often, like, vegetables that I might want to include this week, seafood or meat, spices, herbs, oils and fats, nuts and seeds. I have those categories that are in different parts of any supermarket, and I have a list. So I have everything I need on that list. I create that list based on my goals. Maybe I shop for someone, like maybe my parents or my roommate. You can do the same. You can also advise those people who you shop for, and you create a list. And then when you go to a store, you do your shopping fast and focused. So you know what you're getting, you know how much of it you're getting. That all should be on your list. So then what's left is just walking around, picking up those items on your list. And then I also like to have a pen, or if it's on my phone, the note with the shopping list, then I just either remove it from my list or put a check mark, depending on the app I'm using. But usually I personally just go with paper and pen. That's just easier for me. And then on my phone, I'm not getting distracted by some Instagram post or God knows what else, right? So I have this small notepad. This is like the size of my palm, and a small pen. And I have a list there, and I just check off the items once I get them. And if I don't have, if at this store they don't have something, then I just replace it with the same category item. So for example, if they don't have sardines, I'm gonna go for a different kind of sardines, or I might go for maybe tuna, depending on what's the goal with that item, whether I'm getting my omega-3s or just want to get some fish. Maybe I'm gonna get some seafood, right? So the same category. If they don't have, kale, I'm gonna get Swiss chard. If they don't have Brussels sprouts, I'm gonna get broccoli. So it's kind of, understand, the same category, the same item, the same amount. So I go through the list, I check off the items once I get them. Again, do it fast, do it focused. I never go hungry. So I usually go really early in the morning, and I'm not that hungry first thing in the morning. Like when I just get up, I don't eat. So I'm not hungry. And if you go shopping later in your day, I highly suggest you to have maybe a handful of nuts, maybe a can of tuna, something that will keep you not necessarily, stuffed and full, but not hungry. Believe me, guys, that one hack will serve you so many times. You're gonna have so much more willpower to avoid all these temptational or tempting foods, avoid unnecessary, impulsive decisions. Your willpower is gonna be so much stronger. Your decisions gonna be so much better when you just don't go shopping hungry. So I do it first thing in the morning. That's why I'm naturally not hungry. You can do it whenever it is most convenient for you, but just don't go hungry. Even like a banana or, again, a handful of nuts will do the job. Then I don't go often to avoid additional decision making or additional temptations. I usually go once, maximum twice a week on the weekends, and maybe in the middle of the week. I go at times when there is the least traffic, especially now, COVID-19 times. You don't want to be among a lot of people stuck in lines, getting unfocused and frustrated. That's not the kind of emotions you want to have while trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle, better habits, or create new habits, right? So I avoid those times when there are a lot of people. And most people, from my experience, guys, coaching hundreds of people, most people can find that time when it's not crowded. Like, I usually go to supermarkets that work 24 hours. And so I go like 6 a.m. in the morning and there is literally no one besides me and maybe a couple of people shopping for their small corner stores. And we're kind of already friends because, we're the only ones there. So yeah, don't go often, avoid crowded times. When I'm at any store, I avoid those aisles where they sell what I don't intend to be buying. Like, if I decided at some point that I go sugar-free for most of the time and there is nothing with sugar in my house, and I even talk into that, people who live with roommates or parents or whoever that might be. So my house is sugar-free. And so if I don't buy candy and pastries and cookies and all that stuff, then it means I don't have a reason to go to those aisles just to check it out. Why would you want to check it out? Why? Like, why? Whenever you decide to eat a cookie, you can go and buy it then. Why do you want to check out aisles with cookies if you don't intend to buy them? They're not on your list. Like, why? What's the purpose? Like, talk to yourself about that. There is inconsistency. If you decided not to eat that, not to buy that, then don't go there. And again, this is a small detail, but with time, you realize how much it serves you. Out of sight, out of mind. It actually works, guys. So don't go to those aisles. Also, don't watch any videos where they make delicious cakes or cookies or something that you don't intend to be eating for quite a while. It will serve you a lot, guys. What you focus on increases, and in your mind, what you focus on, it becomes big and irresistible. So that's why you don't want to be going to those aisles where they sell tempting foods, especially if you're at the beginning of your journey to your new healthier lifestyle and eating habits. Don't go to those aisles. And funny thing, a lot of times now when you ask me where they sell like certain cookies or bread or pastries or candies, I wouldn't even know where they have it at any supermarket because I don't go there ever. So I don't know. They don't exist for me. And they're just funny. I don't go to those stores, bakeries, and really, it's like they don't exist for me. Sometimes I forget how full of sugar our world is because I just don't look that way. I look somewhere else, like seafood, veggies, all the colors and beauty of whole foods. What's next? I have my list here, so I'm just going through this list, guys. I love lists. They keep you focused. Next one, I don't bring home foods that I don't intend to eat at this point in my life. If at some point, some celebration or something else, I decide to have a piece of cake or ice cream, first of all, I'm going to plan for it. I'm going to decide not when I'm not hungry. And then if I want it, I'm going to make it extra hard. I'm going to go out there and get it. And my advice, guys, if you have troubles limiting some foods like cookies or desserts or cakes, eat it outside. Like, go to a cafe, order a piece of cake, not the whole cake. You're probably not going to do that. It's also kind of going to be kind of expensive. And plus, the whole cafe will probably kind of surprised seeing a person eating the whole cake. Anyhow, guys, want a piece of cake, go to a great bakery and have that one piece of cake. And the beauty of it is at home, you'll have nothing to finish. and your willpower will not need any training. If you buy the whole thing and you bring it home, the chances are high, you're gonna eat the whole thing. So don't bring it home. If you want a piece of cake, dessert, some ice cream, eat it outside at a beautiful place, some cafe, some great restaurant, amazing bakery. Like, eat it outside. Plus, you're gonna interact with people and you're gonna get so much pleasure out of it. So much, I don't know, more of like experience, not just a piece of sugar. The next one, I don't buy anything on sale, ever. Sales are not not a factor for decision making what to buy. Unless something that is on my list is already on sale, I don't do sales. Because if I don't need it without sales, why would I get it on sale? Unless there is something great on sale, like maybe purple cabbage. Like, I didn't plan to buy purple cabbage. I planned to buy, let's say, Brussels sprouts, but there is really amazing purple cabbage on sale. And it's the season, of purple cabbage. So I'm probably going to buy purple cabbage and not Brussels sprouts. So that's kind of sale I can do. Or maybe, there is tuna on sale and I was going to buy cod, right? So I'm going to go for tuna if I want the tuna. But again, sales are not a factor for me to make decisions. And I highly recommend you to do the same for everything. If you don't need it without sales, then you don't need it on sale. What else? Some people ask me about discovering things, like, aren't you curious to see what are some new products, etc.? I am curious, but what I do, I look at that item that I'm curious about, I put it on my list. At home, I'm probably going to do some more research and look around to what it has, who makes it, like, what do they put into it. And then I make a decision when I'm at home, or when I'm not tempted, whether I want to buy it on my next stream or not. And if I do, I'll put it on my list and buy it next time. And if I don't, whatever, and then if they don't have it next time, they'll have it the time after it. So what's the big deal? That's how I discover things. And the last but not least, if you shop for more than one person, family, kids, relatives, roommates, just talk to them. They're people. They probably wish you well. If they don't, then why do you live with them? And just agree on certain things. What you're gonna keep in the house, what you're not gonna keep in the house. But for example, in a roommate situation, guys, probably if your roommate buys something, you're not gonna eat it out of their piece of fridge, out of their place in the fridge or out of their cupboard. We humans just don't do that, right? But if it feels like, it's something tempting, you can talk to them to put them maybe inside maybe inside of the cupboard. Just don't keep it somewhere out in the open. You can talk to people and you can find a solution to any situation. If you shop for kids, spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, talk to them. Tell them that, okay, I'm going through this thing. It's important for me. And could we please not buy sweets home, during this period? And for your kids, guys, I highly suggest you to make this a habit. Never keep sugar in your house for your kids' well-being too. Instead, buy fruit, buy nuts and seeds, buy those healthy snacks that your kids can grab and eat. Don't limit the amount, but be strict about quality and you'll serve them for life. A lot of parents would ask me, like, what do I do with my kid? They are always nagging me for Coke or chips or that famous candy bar. You know what you should do as soon as possible? Tell your kid, if you want it, go and get it. And believe me, your kids will less likely to nag you ever about that. And plus, guys, yeah, kids might try things at somebody's birthday party or something else, or in an amusement park, but just don't keep it in the house. And they'll understand that this is a once in a while item. It's not something to have every day as a snack at every meal. So those are, my best pieces of advice for when you shop for someone else. Communicate with people. People are on your side most of the time. Just explain why it's important to you and why you are vulnerable, and people will understand and help you. So anyhow, guys, this is how I shop, and this is how I build the foundation for my better and healthier habits, and how I'm meeting my eating and weight loss, weight management goals every single time. I just manage those key routines, key points where I interact with food, where I make decisions. I make sure that this process is smart and it works for me in my life, and that it supports my best intentions. And the rest is easy. You shop for it, it's in your fridge, you're probably gonna cook and eat it. And after some time, it's gonna become automatic, and you're going to make the same choices no matter where you go. That's how easy it is when you build your lifestyle that supports your goals, instead of like counting calories and macros and exercising like crazy every day and for hours. That just doesn't work, from all my experience, practice. Didn't work for me, never worked for my clients, probably not working for you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to share this episode with somebody else, maybe your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your roommate, so they too understand about smarter weight loss, what you are trying to do, maybe what can be helpful, useful to them. Learn better together. Remember, motivate each other, practice it, and master this thing in your life that is becoming a worldwide epidemic, and help others, guys. So that's what we are all trying to do here. Make this world a little bit better for each other, right? So anyhow, learn, share, re-listen if you need to smartify your shopping for weight loss. And as usual, guys, till next time, eat better daily.